Hi everybody and welcome to Mellow Acres. This part of the video you'll see me doing our final walkthrough of the house before we took possession of it. You're going to see mold on almost every single surface in the house. The basement had previously filled up with water and the previous owner had left it. Unfortunately, this building had been vacant from what we are told around 10 years or so there hasn't been any maintenance completed on it in quite some time. We are going to be gutting this entire building and starting fresh. We are hoping that we will see good lumber underneath all of these walls so that we're not replacing absolutely everything, but we will see as we walk around here. Now you'll see that this building is currently a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home with a unfinished full basement. I believe the basement is about 7'4". We're hoping to utilize that space as well. I end up coming back into this bathroom trying to be a little bit braver and looking. I was completely terrified that there was going to be an animal jump out of the hole in the shower, but luckily nothing did. And now I am traveling down into the basement. I lost the footage, so you can see the picture. There's lots of dirt and garbage down there. Can you at least look at me? In the what?
In The Shining. He doesn't look at the camera.
I didn't say be the shining person. So this is the day 1 of us getting the house. So we decided to go ahead and take down our first wall and start ripping down some of the drywall just to see what we had underneath. It looks like we have really good lumber and the mold stops at the drywall. Even the insulation was okay, but we don't end up keeping it regardless. But we wanted to start opening up some walls as soon as we could so that we could get a better visual of what we wanted to do with this house for layout.
I haven't been by accident.
Should we keep some of these 2x4s? Like,
oh, that's what I'm doing. Cut it close enough to the plant or no, to the bouncer. Cut it on the plant, no. On the plant, but 2x4. On the 2x4. There you go.
So here we have my entire family, or not my entire family, but my grandfather, my dad, my brother, my husband, and I at the house working for 2 days straight, tearing out absolutely everything that we could, and we filled 2 dumpsters just packed full of everything in the house, trying to get it all cleaned up. I am absolutely so grateful that my family did come out and help us because we got so much more work done in such a faster time frame than we would have just my husband and I. My brother and my father made quick work of tearing apart this kitchen. It wasn't very big to begin with. It was only 10 by 10, but at least all of the cabinets had come out. They were all nailed to the floor, nailed to the wall, nailed to each other. They had them in there pretty good, but they were able to get everything out pretty quickly, actually. You can see here that the drywall comes down pretty easily. In the stairway, they had put new drywall in, and I am pretty sure that they had only put it on with one screw per board because it basically came off in full sheets. Here's a bunch of pictures of the aftermath of the mess from taking down some of the ceiling. And my dad is now currently up in the attic, pushing down on the ceiling, trying to bring it all down. This was the last little bit of the house as it all dropped to the floor. This is what we ended up filling most of the dumpster with, is just insulation, the vermiculite, the cellulose blown in. They did try to insulate the attic well, but they do now have better products out that we can do a better job with and get more of an R value out of. Also, the plastic holding up everything is pretty brittle. We're guessing this house was built roughly around the 60s or so. But the plastic has definitely dried out and it crumbles as soon as you touch it. So we need something better to hold everything up. I decided to take some time and clean up the basement so it looked a little less like a dungeon down there. My husband kindly put in one light bulb down there for me so I could slightly see what I was doing. Okay, so I have all of the big stuff cleaned up now from the looks of it. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. So I'm gonna go around and sweep and hopefully it looks a little less scary down here. That's the hope. So we currently have no heat on in the house right now with no insulation being in there. So there was a lot of hard sweeping, I would say. There was a lot of stuff frozen to the floors, even though there's still a lot of dust coming up. But there were some serious piles of frozen dirt on the floor. Okay, so I've got a ton of this basement cleaned up. It's like, I can taste the dirt. I've gotten 3 full construction grade garbage bags full of dirt out of here. So let's see. It's like a dungeon right now. A little more clean, Mr. Boss Man. Right? Can actually see the floors. Root cellar. It looks so much better. That light's horrible. We still have to figure out how in the world we're gonna get these things out. Cut them up and start hauling them out here soon, hopefully. So we went ahead and purchased 3 2x10 by 20 foot boards to put up as a support to take this existing supporting wall out. So this is just my husband cutting everything down and prepping the workspace. We will eventually, you'll see us build 3 knee walls put up to support the rafters that are currently there before we go ahead and cut too much of them apart. We also went ahead and used the laser level that we got on Amazon. It has been great. We were able to mark every single rafter evenly to know where to cut. It made our job a lot easier. You'll see my husband sticking the nailer into his shirt because it was frozen because it's too cold in the house. It would not work for us. We were struggling with all of our power tools not working and the batteries dying a lot faster just with the cold temperatures that we've been having to deal with. Here he is now following the lines that we had marked on every rafter and cutting out the exact space that we needed to fit those 3 beams in. I'm just following underneath him, trying to keep everything cleaned up so that we can move on to the next step quickly. We are racing against the clock for light as we do not have any electrical up in this building just yet. We got a little nervous that we didn't have enough supporting walls up to hold the rafters, so we went ahead and threw a quick one up just to help hold everything in place properly. Okay, so here goes in the first beam. It went up very easily. All 3 beams went in way easier than I had anticipated it. We chose to nail each beam to the last beam and then leg all 3 of them together. Here is the finished pictures with all the joist hangers up onto each of the rafters, holding everything in place. It really opened up the space. Here is the boys' first walkthrough of their new house. Hey boys, don't fight. Blair, don't pull. Yeah, he's okay. I know. What do you think of your new house? What do you think of your new house, Blair? Daddy broke your house? Daddy's outside. Is Daddy gonna fix your house? Yeah. Thank you for following along. We'll be posting videos every single week as we update you on building our dream homestead.